Save me from the side of myself. I cannot look away. About to crash into my face. Just another day on the shelf. Pull me from my silhouette. Years have been astray. Now a broken shell remains. I cannot embrace what I regret.
Welcome back, CSC. We're on the main stream again with the Elite Grand Finals. We saw a surprising map win out of the Walling Wizards, taking the Impastas win on Nuke. So we're gonna have to see what happens here on Ancient. I'm not sure what to expect out of the Impastas on Ancient. I think Cash, you were talking a little bit about it maybe being a weak point for this team. So
Uh,
what are your thoughts coming into this?
they haven't really played the map much, at least from what I know, and I expect them to probably be more of a external, not take kind of mid team as
Hmm.
CTs. But we'll see. H4K loves fighting for mid, and they really like taking pressure on Cave. So it'll be up to UPS to see if they can punish those plays.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that I think it's gonna be really kind of a momentum game. I think if UPS want to back in this series, they need to get it started right now. I think with them being some more puggy players on this team, I think it's really requiring uh, them to just get back on their feet, not let the result of that first game impact them too much. But that HE is a lot of damage. We see James
Yeah,
and Kyle, they take quite a bit from that, even on the armor, and Phasek spots quite a few. Gonna be able to fall back to sight. Syab chases him down and gets one, but Exotic, oh my god, he takes a lot of damage, but he takes two down with him. Maybe the third, he can't get it. Too gentle on the Glock is gonna end things and not let it get too scary, but Jeezy on a pistol, the UPS activates. Too gentle goes down, and Deluxe through the CT smoke. Syed gets taken out. Zane, no armor and only a Glock left in the 1v3. Bomb is down in front of him. He sees the one towards Temple, but that gush through the wall. He's gonna get found out quick, and Jeezy swings out from Donut. He's gonna make sure that doesn't get out of hand. And like I said, Impastas off to a good first start. They're gonna win a pistol here on Ancient.
yeah, Exotic's hold there on site was really important. He made the round actually winnable with that double kill. I mean, he might have whiffed a little bit on the third guy, but he bought time for his team, and
Right.
obviously Deluxe hitting a kill through the smoke and Jeezy going crazy to get the last few was great. And
Yeah,
you
I mean
see
it's.
a rifle out of Jeezy right away. So
Mhm. Yeah, I'm curious to see what GZ is going to do with the op on the CT side, because I think op on CT Ancient can have a lot of impact if you're moving it around, and if it's hard for the T's to get a read on where you're posting, it can be hard to deal with. So I'm hoping to see him not always just default towards red or go become the A anchor and just hold for an A push. Like, I want to see him kind of get down and dirty with it, because I think that's his style of opping.
yeah, being aggressive, taking the shots he knows he can hit, and he's really aggressive mid here. He might be getting overflown. He's not gonna. Oh, he looks away after getting a kill on the guy shelf, and they have the M4 now.
There's no armor on these players, so that aim punch is still going to be in effect. But I mean, they just ran back to elbow, and if Exotic doesn't hear this, they still have two players towards the B site. They could just walk out A right now. The closest rotate is going to be Exotic. I mean, he's in Donut, and it looks like they didn't hear, but I think they kind of assumed no one went back to B, no one crossed, and they're keeping a 2-2 split right now. So at least they got FaZe X back in the equation. So Exotic and FaZe X are going to be the ones to front this A hit. Some contact. FaZe X, I think he spots one. They push out.
He
He knows about
does.
Zane. And it looks like Walling Wizards, they're sitting behind this Molly, 40 seconds left. They're just waiting to see what they can get.
Yeah, it might turn into one of those rounds where you just chill out for like 15 seconds.
Oh
Nice
my
shot!
lord.
Jesus
That
from Zane.
that is that is the deagle shot you need to see in that situation. Unfortunately, they had two players already over here since Pine had rotated back and Exotic never left the site. So it looks like this might just be an M4 save, which is kind of an interesting here. I think you can just get armor and util, so I can understand it, but I really did think that Deagle shot was gonna be that was gonna be the opening to get them into that round. So that was a nice shot
Uh,
from Zane. Got to give him credit.
James James was just a little bit too far away. I don't like how he was like kind of already saving in his head. It seemed like. You kind of have
Hmm.
to play with your teammates there. I think if he's close, he can trade Zane, get that kill on site. They can
Right.
scale, get the AK that's back, or the M4 that's back, back plat, and maybe they have a chance at the round. But he was so worried about the flank, he couldn't scale with his teammates, and there wasn't a second trade.
Yeah, I think that still living with the rifle is not a bad play here. Like we said, still get armor and some util with the rest of his team. So we're gonna be able to see just gonna see things get underway. A bonus, if you want to call it that, out of the Impastas. They only have the one A4 and the FAMAS and a lot of SMGs around it. Um, James, and a lot of damage done to these mid and shelf players. No kill coming out. Pine is able to get out of there. I do not understand how Pine lives. GZ does find one towards mid, but Zane is going to quickly trade it back. So it's back into a 4v3 favored in the Walling Wizards. But that damage early is a lot. There's three players actually at 50% HP or less. So maybe these worse weapons are actually going to have their impact they need because of all that early utility damage in mid and on cat.
Right, I said at the beginning of the game that they like to get aggressive cave. They take their two lower eco guns and push it. Somehow, I still Pine might have been getting hit through the wall, and he's getting Molotov'd here from the T's as they try to go up ramp, but his Molotov
They have no
stalls
smoke
them
for
out.
it.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
that's
that
a
flash
wonderful
big.
flash.
Oh, but he doesn't get anything. A lot of low HP players, but doesn't get anything. Syad on the AK is going to swing out, and Exotic gets back on that, but the one full HP player is the one that fights him in short. Enough to live the engagement, and 2 Gentle is going to close the round with a kill. And I honestly I thought the Impastas had enough to kind of take that round back anyways and still win it.
I thought that was a 3K for sure by Pine, but just target choice was a little poor there. He tried to shoot the one guy he couldn't hit.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. We are seeing a tech pause, it looks like, not a tactical timeout, so I wonder what the reported issue is at the moment, but we're gonna see some replays. Yeah, I mean, he shows the guy that was crouched behind while blind, and then the 2 players got out of the white just enough to get the kill. And yeah, bit unfortunate for him, but
I mean, I think that flash was fantastic and the play's good. Maybe if he has a little bit more HP, he's able to get 1 or 2 there. He was only on 5, but we might be having the sort of classic ancient FPS issues coming in because the map's poorly optimized, but I wonder what's going on. Been kind of back and forth so far, right? I think it's we had the pistol round was won by UPS, second round forced back, won by H4K, and then third round in.
yeah, yeah. So I do wonder, like, I talked about it before, but you didn't really see the op very much on the Walling Wizards T side. So I'm curious to see if against a team like Impastas, when you know someone like GZ is going to be on the other end of it, if they still just continue to avoid it, or if they're going to kind of put that confidence in them to take it. I know in overtime against us, James activated with the op late and started taking those later T rounds, really started trying to take it back with the op. So I'm wondering if that's going to be what we see here, more of like a last ditch, like we're down a couple rounds, we need to get something back, or if we're just going to see it right out the gate. I mean, we have the scout, so maybe that's a sign for the future.
Red room smoke that might come to. Hopefully they can
Oh
adjust
my
it.
god! But look at this pathing.
Oh no, James getting run down. No.
The Molly saved him, but I was gonna say, like, they sent everyone towards mid, and not a single person was there to fight towards A or B. And Zane actually goes down to the Deagle on Exotic, and they just mob themselves off, where they have the bomb and T-spawn. Exotic with a banger on a Kyle. He gets taken out quick in the B short tunnel. I don't even know what to call that spot, but Jeezy, the MP9 is activating, and this is a round you cannot let fall apart if you're H4K. But Pine from the flank is gonna collapse. He's gonna take out Syad and James. Left in a 1v4. He gets 2. Still has plenty of HP to work with, but there's 2 AKs on the other side of this tunnel, and there's no utility for him. He has 1 flash. He can try to make work, but he swings out in that. Oh man, that double setup on that angle is so nice from them. Jeezy's gonna get the last headshot, and that, hey man, that's a force back from the Impastas.
That was a wonderful round for UPS right there. I think they collapsed on mid from A side, and it looked like H4K kind of got caught with their pants down with util out, Zane there, and then obviously bad pathing trying to fight again when he should just focus on staying alive and getting bomb back.
Right. Yeah, I think that was honestly kind of unfortunate. They left the bomb in spawn, and all the B players pushed out to B, and all the A players pushed through A, and they just didn't really have the means of dealing with it. Pine, nice flash. Kyle blinds himself, and Pine's just gonna collect on that kill. Quick little 2 bullets into the head. Jeezy's op, it comes out early. Syad goes down from being boosted. And this is what I was talking about. You know, you have that op on the other side of you if you're the Walling Wizards. You know, you're going up against Jeezy. And if Jeezy's able to activate early, he's already at 8 kills in 4 rounds, or, you know, call it the 5 rounds. So I'm wondering if I'm wondering what the op situation will be for the Walling Wizards.
I personally think opping on T side's a little bit harder on this map comparatively. But and Jeezy missing a pretty easy shot there, and then getting the bomb playing down, making this round actually possible to win.
Right.
But and James getting 1 kill on the guy long, great flash there.
James
The
is
full
activating, and James can make this round interesting. He's already got 2 headshots. That first was really nice, and then the second one just now was really good too. He does get the op activated, but James, another headshot from him, and 2 gentle on the Mac 10 runs down Deluxe. Jeezy, 13 HP is the last one alive. There's 2 players that are somewhat weak, but if he doesn't clear this close angle, but the timing when he goes to check it, James, a 4K out of him to secure this round, and I mean, right back in it. Walling Wizards get their second.
I think that's a wonderful play there, right? You have 2 gentle giving the information that he is close to Jeezy on site, and then just peeking out from ramp. It was beautiful to see, because there's no way Jeezy can get both there. You kind of just trade out, and that's what they did, and they did a great job.
Yeah, so it looks like what I said is I wanted to see Jeezy move around to the op, and that's a good thing because we saw him playing red on this first couple rounds, and he gets the op out, and he's immediately moving, and he's back towards B. So that's the kind of thing I'm liking already out of Jeezy. Oh my God, not the Eagles of UPS. They come ringing, and Deluxe is on for a triple kill. Deluxe, but Kyle gets a triple of his own. I thought that those quick 3 headshots were gonna put them to bed, and it doesn't matter. Kyle just comes back in it.
Yeah, Jeezy's got to be biting himself in the ass there. He had a free kill on Kyle, and his teammates died because he couldn't take advantage of the opportunity.
That's a tough round to lose there. I mean, Deluxe is trading out 3 back to back to back, and that's some beautiful shooting from both of those players.
Yeah, I mean, Deluxe can get crazy. He has one of the best mechanics in CSC in general.
The USP's more pistol shenanigans from the Impastas, and Kyle, Zane, James all are gonna get 1. Even though James goes down, Exotic is going to get close enough to grab the AK, but Zane is babysitting it, making sure nothing happens, and Jeezy's hoping that he just walks into him. But I think Zane knows, and yeah, he's ready for it. A 3K on him. He's going to activate himself, his own, almost matching Jeezy in his stats early on. 129 ADR with 8 kills versus Jeezy's 140 ADR at 9. So maybe we'll have to see if it's going to be a battle between these two on this map.
Yeah, and it looks like FaZe X, who is kind of strong for UPS, is kind of getting out of the gate a little bit slow. They haven't really had a lot of rifle rounds outside of I think 1 full one. So I think you got to just sit there, reset, and not get greedy.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me, honestly, is not even Jeezy. If you look at Exotic, he's 6-6, and he was at 9 kills when the map finished. So I think him already being 2/3 of that, and we're 7 rounds through, I think is a good sign for him as an individual. I think if Deluxe can kind of mimic any of the form that they had from that last map, then I think you have Exotic, Jeezy, and Deluxe shooting well. Then if Pine and FaZe X are able to just clean up a little bit, then I think this could be a really potent CT side for the Impastas.
Yeah, and it looks like we're getting a little bit of a push out of here, and Sade getting a great kill on the Pine, and Kyle getting a trade on the Deluxe, and looks like they have sight. James getting another on the lurk bottom mid, and it's going to be a save out of the CTs that fast.
Yeah, that's the round. That clear from Syed was great. I think he went deep enough where the head wasn't at head level for I didn't even see who he cleared. I think it was Jeezy, but he just wasn't ready for it. And or it might have been Pine, but whoever was boosted in that position wasn't ready for that exact head angle. So while he did a lot of damage to Syed, it wasn't enough. And man, that is a brutal death to take there.
This might become snowballing now. Like, you're on a low money here. It depends on what they do. I think you try to buy down like maybe Deagles, and then you save the rest but it looks like H4K is kind of locked in and started to play a lot better, and they're not getting ecoed.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what we're gonna get out of here. I mean, they had no guns coming through that round. We're gonna go back to the Deagles, and they're gonna deathball. I think I'm not gonna put it past you, you know, UPS. I'm not gonna say that it's to show that they don't have experience on the map, but I think when you have your best rounds just snowballing, then it shows that you might not have as much tactical depth on a map, you know. So
Yeah.
I think them just pushing 5 on some Deagles is it's a nice play from them. But we're seeing Kyle playing with fire a little bit. James is going to end GZ towards Red Room. And we have FaZe X on the AK going towards Ruins. An engagement between him and Zane. And Zane comes out on top, leaving Deluxe in a 1v4. Can he snag an AK? Can he get one? And it's not going to be the case. Kyle is close by and is much too ready to let it happen.
So what I've noticed so far, at least in both these games, is that each team gets kind of greedy for ecos, and I'm not blaming them. Everybody loves free eco frags, but that's how you get punished, and how UPS has managed to win, I think, 2 rounds this half is by H4K being being greedy for ecos. So you just
Right.
gotta play, but like when they play disciplined, it seems like UPS doesn't really have a plan on what they want to do on the map.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're setting up for an A execute with just 2 there and smokes going out now.
Man, I honestly, that is a 4-3 moment if I've ever seen him. We did not see him on the jump spot. And Exotic actually gets away with 2 there. That is unreal shooting from him. The op gets activated towards A site. And if you notice, there's actually 2 ops here. GZ has the other one on the other side of the map, and we're going to see the bomb get planted. I was going to say, I think it's kind of a cool pace change to go from playing more of a defaulty mid and B style with, you know, your lower mid or A lurker to, you know, having an A exec. But this A exec didn't end the way they wanted it to. You saw Pine and Deluxe activate on these post-plant kills, and they're going to just clean up, and they're going to be able to get the bomb defusal and get one back in, 4-6.
It looked like they kind of just lost every aim duel they took when they're in their after play, and that's not a good thing. You should be trying to take aim duels. But
Yeah.
they're playing really aggressive positions, especially on A, where there's not a lot of space on site, especially when you don't control Donut or Temple.
Yeah, for sure. I can understand that. I think I'm wondering if we're going to see some more of that pace changey stuff that we see from the Wild Wizards. I think that is kind of like not necessarily like a a style we see at all times from them, but I think it is like sort of their secret card. They are able to pull it out every now and then. I think we saw it a little bit on Nuke with how they were taking outside control early on. And that is a flick from Jeezy. A nice shot. Zane tags him, but it's not enough for the kill. Doesn't aim for the head. And Jeezy, I mean, we can talk about him all day on the op, and he does activate.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think there's a better offer in the tier. He just hits the shots he needs to hit. But it seems like the UPS has kind of been stacking 3 towards B side every round and giving up mid, which I wonder if H4K will realize.
Yeah, and it does look like Exotic is in this red smoke. So on the fade, if he's not careful, he's going to catch a player. And he is. Kyle goes down after FaZe X activates in Donut. And we now have no map control, really, for the Walling Wizards. They have early Jag control, and they have lane control. But James and 2 Gentle are left in the 2v5. Only 2 players have taken damage this round, but there's been damage done to both of the Ts that are left remaining. Deluxe on a nice little one-way, or a nice little close angle, rather. A lot of damage. But James, you're left in a 1v5, bud. 40 seconds left. This might not be the round for you to win.
Yeah, I mean, he's half HP. It's a 1v5. They know where he is, and he kind of has to stall out and hope. And GZ doesn't give him a chance to hope with a nice kill there to end the round.
Yeah, GZ showing off a little bit. I think this is kind of I think this is a good sign from the UPS. I know in recent time I would like to say that Ancient's more of a T-sided map. If you have a good T-side, I think it's really hard to shut down as a CT. I think the rotates are a little detrimental, and I think they can hurt really bad in a late round situation. So I think them getting 5 early is nice, and there's still a couple more rounds to play. If they can snag 1 or 2 more, this half is very, very competitive, and it's very, very winnable for them.
Yeah, and it looks like they're scaling up and realizing that
Wow.
UPS has kind of just been giving it away, and Looks like it's going to be an A split here. I like the pace change. You keep mentioning it. And you get the kill onto Exotic. Zane
That is
just
great.
taking the round into his own hands. He did that a little bit on Nuke, and when it happened, he took advantage. Kyle getting a kill on GZ, and Too Gentle dying in Kyle's molly.
Yeah, I mean, I think you talk about it there with Zane. I mean, I think Zane just when I talked to Zane, he even brought up that he has that ability to entry, and he does a lot of the entering for this team. And getting that, even if it's just the one kill they need to just run in, activate, like that's exactly what you need from a player like Zane. You know, they're showing off as one of the best players on their team, and presumably one of the better players in this tier. I mean, they made it this deep, and I think when you show that prowess in your entrying, I think it's very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing a great job. I think you look towards James the Great, who's doing a wonderful job as well. He's kind of taken on the op across both maps, even though Zane did it a little bit on outside, and he's doing a
Right.
wonderful job now. And it looks like there's a Molotov coming from bottom mid to feign presence from them, and they continuously stack B, which I really, really don't like.
I don't either. I think it's kind of a weak point in the CTs to show to like have this assumption or this idea that yeah, you have to defend a B hit. You know, it's a quick little B pop. You know, you got to have multiple people there to defend for it. I think if you have the right mid round, the right map control and utility usage, I mean, I don't think we need to be stacking 3 towards B unless the T's are hitting it literally every round. And the Walling Wizards have shown a lot of dedication to taking mid control.
Yeah,
This round, their mid control did not work though.
Yeah, they missed their smoke on red, and they've continuously missed it. So I wonder if UPS will realize and be able to punish it. But Deluxe getting a nice double kill on mid, and then BB getting the pick on bottom B ramp. Put him in a really nice spot where hopefully they can play disciplined, not lose anybody, and go into a round and maybe gain some economy.
Just look like GZ wants to get activated on this pillar with this early aggression from the op. Kyle is nearby. This flashbang is going to hit him. Kyle gets the better of GZ with some utility usage. There is a player left in cave that they need to be worried about. That spam is very close, but he's tapping at the shoes of Syad, and it's not enough to get a kill. Oh, the flash pulled out from Pine, but he gets the gun out in time and takes down Syad. And Kyle gonna opt for the AK in the 1v4. The ace to clutch it up. One tap onto Exotic. Another one tap onto Phasex, but the bomb is being stuck. And oh man, I got a little worried there. If they weren't on the bomb, that could have been a different story. But Pine and Deluxe, they're gonna stick to their guns, grab the ops, and just stick on the defuse.
I mean,
Oh
those
my
were
God.
2 wonderful shots, but obviously in the end it doesn't matter. Like, that's just being, again, I can't use another word, but other than greedy by the CTs. You need to build your economy. You can't afford to lose 2 people there in a 1v1.
Right. I mean, yes, you save 2 ops, and so they want to keep this double opping steady. But I mean, a big thing with keeping that in mind is, you know, they have no money if they lose this. And it looks like Syed is aggressive in Donut, and he's entering into Phasex, and he doesn't get it, but Too Gentle on the trade early. But they know Exotic is playing this op towards A main, and an easy shot miss. He tries to repeat, but James the Great on the op is going to take him out anyways. Kyle, close on the smoke, going to take out Pine. A lot of damage done to James the Great, but not enough to kill. And Too Gentle. He's not too gentle against Deluxe right there. He takes his head clean off. And Jeezy, man, that happened all in quick, one by one, and Jeezy is left to be the last one standing. They have no money. Jeezy has to save this op here. A 1v4 retake with no money left, no kit. Yeah, I mean, this is a done round.
That's the second or third round where Sades just kind of told somebody to come with him and trade, and it's worked every single time. Like, he caught a great timing there, and it takes balls to push through a smoke like that and trust your teammate.
Yeah, I noticed someone in the chat mentioned that Syed was entering, and from when I talked to Zane, it was more of a combined effort between the two of them. I think Zane might, I think if Syed goes early to get that early map presence, it works and they just explode off of it. If that doesn't work, then Zane sort of is that mid-round gonna take the aggression back in their favor. But I mean, we saw there, Syed, he doesn't care. He's gonna run through a smoke and trust his team to trade him out, and that's exactly what happens. We had some nice shooting from Too Gentle, some nice trades out, and that was a beautiful round. We are going to see more early B presence. GZ on an MP9 is going to push this smoke aggressive. He actually does get away with it, and Syed goes down. Too Gentle is trying to spam, but we're actually gonna see the rifle out of Kyle towards elbow is gonna take out Pine when they try to push through and go back to mid. And GC trying to grab this AK but can't quite find it in the smoke, and the B players are just giving up this control and they're going back towards A. There's no one really nearby. The closest two players are Deluxe, who's back in CT holding a deep angle with just the deagle, and then you have Exotic holding in case they come back elbow, and they might be realizing what's going on. The deagle of Deluxe, it's enough of a distraction, but it's not enough to get a kill. 2 HP. Can they activate from the temple? They can. The headshot activates. That's a lot of damage coming out of Deluxe. A pixel angle. Zane gets taken out. This is a slaughter. The Deagles of UPS are activating. Exotic is going to take down 2 Gentle. It leaves James the Great in a 1v4 to clutch. He drops off of the boost and is going to get the first one. He gets 1 kill back onto Exotic, but James the Great on the AK, he's not going to get it. Deluxe, 3 1-taps in that round. 2 out of that Deagle, 1 out of the AK, and that is a premier showing out of Deluxe.
Yeah, Deluxe going crazy there. Like, I keep saying it, but he's so mechanically gifted where he can just change around in an instant, and he does it there.
That is some beautiful shooting when you look at that. I mean, you keep saying it over and over again. They're puggers, man. They have these deagles. They have these whatever gun. They're gonna just like take these shots. And I mean, Deluxe has been on a heater tonight. Though a really great showing on Nuke. Unfortunately, wasn't able to bring it home their way. But a 7-8 CT side. I mean, that's on a map you haven't shown. I'm impressed by the Impastas on that one.
Yeah, and with Exotic getting more kills this half than he did last game, it puts them in a lot better situation, and I hope they feel much more comfortable going into this T side.
Yeah, I don't know. Seeing that replay, I did not even see Zane when he crossed that pixel. I didn't even see that shot coming, but we love to see that kind of thing. And Exotic is leading the charge out of the A side. It's just a full 5 push, and 2 Gentle actually gets 2. They line up for him. He gets the collateral, and Pinus in the smoke is gonna drop the bomb and gonna go down and plant it. Some spam damage through the smoke. Kyle tags up a little bit. Syad gonna push out, and he gets 2 Gentle actually activates from Donut. Zane gets 1 from the site as well, and Syad does get the final 1 on A main. That lineup, I did not think it was gonna happen. I was more so watching from the temple perspective.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great double kill by 2 Gentle, and I can't say it enough. If your anchors can get 2 kills, it makes the round so much more winnable, especially on a map like Ancient.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's honestly like I think it's kind of nice to see the Walling Wizards. It looks like they did a lot of work on their pistol rounds because it felt like versus us, they never really played, especially their CT side pistols. It felt like they gave up a lot of post plants, even if they had the advantage. So I think they've done a lot of work to kind of clean up a lot of those situations, and it looks a lot better tonight.
It looks like we're getting a B rush straight up here, and there's only 1 person on site. This could get hairy quickly.
It could get hairy, but you know, you see Zane already activating from mid, and Kyle with the M4 is gonna spray. He doesn't do that much damage. Jeezy's gonna quickly turn 90 degrees. Gonna take out James from the cave. Kyle gets full blinded by his teammate's flash, actually, but the CTs are on for this retake. That red flank behind, this could be it. It's a 1v4. He's got to kill the bomb planter. A spray comes in, but it's not early or late enough, rather. 2 Gentle's gonna finish off the round. A 2nd kill onto Pine, and double digits again. First reach by the Walling Wizards here.
I mean, I can't say it other than the after plants haven't been good enough. Like, I know it's only been 2 rounds so far, but that's 2 after plants lost where they got the bomb down and they had an opportunity to win. You kind of have to think in your head, right? What am I doing wrong? And it's just they're constantly like UPS is a plugging team, and when they're winning their fights, they're gonna win rounds. But when you get into an after plant, you need to realize you have to play as a teammate, not just continuously take fights.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely takes a bit of learning, and Kyle's just gonna get 3 with that molly and that spray. And yeah, the Deagle activates. James is just gonna go down. He walks up on site and kills him, but aim punch a little too much. Not gonna get anything else. Zane with a little bit of extra spray is gonna finish off that kill. And we're seeing 11 here from the Walling Wizards.
Yeah, and this is going to be their real first rifle round that UPS has, and let's see if they come in with a plan of action into this round. But if they don't and they look lost, this map's looking kind of dubious at this point.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think something to look at is just like H4K just don't look afraid. Yeah, you barely had, you only got one more round on your T side than the CTs, but they just don't look scared at all from this. I think Jeezy's op actually
Fine
tagged
all the
James.
way up on site.
Yeah, that is not what you're expecting if you're James. Kyle's playing behind the smoke, gets a little bit of spam damage, but Kyle not ready for Pine to be close. Pine, excuse me, not Kyle. Pine is going on for 3. He gets only the 2, but Exotic is going to get one back, and that's just going to be a save from the CTs.
The YouTube kind of came out a little bit late there, and Pine was able to timing it up, and he was just looking into pillar, swung wide, and died.
Yeah, I mean, I think I thought the damage would go, activate later on in the round if like a late exit came through, because I believe Jeezy's op through the one spam wall on B lane. That's where Jeezy shot James, and he was just peeking behind the pillar. He took like 60 damage, and I thought that would be that could potentially be a difference maker here, but it wasn't actually. It's just Pine running up on site and getting that entry kill. They haven't had a great game so far, so I think them just finding 2 kills, get their team back into it, get a T round that's a big deal for them.
Yeah, I mean now they have a little bit of breathing room. They can buy next round, and they're in a good spot. But it's not like H4K is running low on money. They have another op out on the Zane. If they lose this round, they're going to be going into ecos. But we'll see what UPS does. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw another B rush straight up.
Yeah, I could understand that. We are going to see 2 closer to the B site this round rather than just the 1, but they're actually doubling in cave, and the T's are just going to run up onto site. You have Pine and Exotic already up, and Jeezy's close on the lane, and I don't know if he knows that it's in cave, but this is a full retake. Zane's op does activate. Exotic is going to go down. It's a 5v4 post plant, and honestly, if the kills don't start rolling in, I could see a save, but there's 2. James gonna take one down. Phasix activates and gets Kyle, but Pine drops to James on ramp. And James with a banging shot on the. Oh, wait, they collapsed?
That was a collateral, yeah.
I thought there was 2 separate shots.
No, that was a collateral.
I just thought he took the head off of one person, but.
Yeah, that was a wonderful shot.
James is gonna clean it up with an ace by getting the knife onto Zane.
Well, that all goes all goes onto the overextension there by Exotic, not waiting for a teammate to flash him there. He just swung into Speedway, hoping and praying he'd win the fight, and you just can't do that. It gave the H4K the confidence to come for the fight, and then James getting a nice kill on ramp and then getting a great collat.
Yeah, no, that was not at all what I was expecting. I was not. I honestly, I didn't realize that they were that close together on the minimap and on the screen. I just didn't see it, but they don't care. They go right back into it. Exotic gets the first against Kyle. James on the pillar. He only gets the 1. Phasix and Pine both take 1 each. 2 Gentle gets 1 back as well. Deluxe is going to go down. This is a 2v3 retake, but with Gentle being at low HP, this might just be a save.
And
yeah, it looks like that's the case.
Yeah. I mean, that's what, the 4th round in a row they've rushed straight up B ramp. You kind of have to make an adjustment there. You got caught with this util out. They're not really using. They didn't have the Molotovs, to be fair, but they're not really using Molotovs to stop that B rush that can be so deadly if you're not ready for it.
Right. Yeah, I think it might be just a mismanagement of their util. I believe they had some mollies towards the B site, so I'm wondering why they were opting to just throw why they're opting to throw that molly for ramp so late, because I think that's really getting them killed here. If they have at least force the T's to put a smoke down to their feet or stand into the fire to fight early, then maybe you can get a little bit more early onto the round and actually get something started without just giving up the site to a post plant. I wonder if we're gonna see sort of an adjustment here. They do have enough to get a full buy-in on everybody. 2 Gentle's going to opt for a little bit of a weaker gun, it looks like. There's not enough for a full good rifle, just a FAMAS here. But the utility's limited. They do have a couple kits, but it's not looking... This is going to break the Walling Wizards if the Impastas are able to get another one back.
And it looks like the Impastas aren't going to change their game plan. They're going to continuously go B with that bottom mid alert.
Oh, and look at those mollies. They are doing enough damage, and with the smokes, they're slowing them down enough. Exotic gets 2 on the entrance, and Jeezy's op. He trades 1 back as well, and another a nice shot on the Syed, and that's the round. We're 25 seconds in, folks. 2 Gentle. Consolation prize. Gonna go find himself an AK in mid, but that's it. That's the round.
I mean, they've just continuously rushed B, and They tried to Molotov at that time, but maybe you put a body over there. I'd love to see UPS just go A, like after putting so much pressure there.
Yeah, I think the problem with those two mollies is they both came out, which is fine, but they just landed in the same spot too deep. They needed to
Yeah,
layer them with one towards the bottom of the ramp and one towards the top as they're swinging, right?
yeah, or get some nades in there, right?
Correct.
I would love a Molotov at the top of ramp and one at the middle, and then maybe a nade stack onto it,
Right.
or just one or two. Somebody needs their rifle out, to be fair, but just
Hmm.
the util mismanagement, like you said earlier, is kind of costed them a couple rounds now.
Yeah, I mean they had 3 players towards the B site. That's the thing. So I think that James needs to be in a better position to trade. He was more so sitting up on long for them to cross when he should have been playing more aggressive. As soon as he sees those first couple fights taken, he needs to swing out and kill Exotic and maybe a second player, and then maybe he can play back and play that cross, right? But he didn't quite do that. I think he just wasn't, maybe communication was a little awkward between what was going on towards the ramp so quick. They're
And
just,
looks like
just doing it
H4K is
again.
gonna stack it.
Oh man, this might be a bad round. Impastas finally might get stopped here.
Oh,
The
Kyle.
Deagle Kyle, he gets one. Gentle gets 2 on the 1 saved AK. Jeezy, his op only gets 1 here. 2 Gentle. Call him 3 Gentle. He gets 3 nice picks with that saved AK. He shuts down the B site, and that leaves Deluxe, the mid lurk. He's alone. He's got to do this all by his lonesome here in a 1v3. And yeah, I mean, you only have 1 player with armor here, and so that maybe that aim punch could cause some
This is
issues later.
very, very winnable, especially with the way they're
Right.
playing, which can isolate fights, right? We have somebody looking down ramp and he gets
Oh,
obliterated by Deluxe. And then next guy's going to swing long or cave and he's going to get another free kill,
if
most
they swing
likely.
together, then they could win this. If they swing
Yeah.
together, then like this could
I don't
be
even
winnable.
think you need to swing. I think you just play bomb and you just don't. Like, there's no reason to give Deluxe these fights.
Right. I mean, this would be a huge 1v3 because it gets rid of the extra guns and whatever extra armor and kits they have. It does cause them to need a full buy-in, maybe a little bit weaker on the utility. It's enough to cause some issues for H4K, but he's not ready for the full swing off, and James swings out with the 5-7, gonna grab the op, and what a round from 2 Gentle. That is some heroics. The 1 AK that was saved over, and he makes it sing.
I love the idea from UPS there to go with what was working, but you kind of have to expect, especially if you don't, like, you should be keeping track of money there, that they're going to stack it with pistols. I'm surprised they didn't go somewhere else. We'll see if they go back to it. I would love to see them go back to B with against rifles, but UPS kind of with a lapse of judgment there.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I loved how H4K played that. Instead of just running down ramp and just hoping to get some fast pistol kills, like what UPS is doing, and I'll hold that thought because Fine and Jeezy run up onto the site and get a couple. Jeezy makes it 2, and that's it's just the round is too late to happen. Deluxe is stuck in bottom mid. That HE is gonna sting. Oh, that's over. He's
Obi.
cooked.
Yeah. And it's down to a 2v2 situation.
Honestly,
Bomb's
this
already down.
is winnable.
Yeah, especially with GZ being so low HP.
And Phasix isn't doing much better, so it's not like their HP is a ton here. Oh, a whiffed shot. Syed doesn't get it, but Jeezy's position is currently unknown. And Phasix actually swings up when he's trying to clear cave, and the only full HP player is the one that just goes down, and 2 Gentle's gonna opt for the op save, and he can't even get that. Jeezy's holding the cross back, gonna get a 3rd here. That's gonna put 11 on the board for the Impastas.
Yeah, I mean, they're just doing the same thing over and over again. It's working. You gotta keep expecting it. They're gonna change it up eventually, and I think that's why H4K is so scared to make an audible and stack the site. But that was a wonderful round. GZ did a great job trading out his teammates there, and then great double swing on the last guy, or on the second last guy.
And here's that change. They have only pistols, and they're putting them on the B site. The 1 mid player sees nothing, and they're just bounding into an open A site. That's it.
Right. They must have kept track of the economy this time because it's like beautiful. You're gonna get a 5-man after plant with as much space as you want. There's no world they should lose this.
Well, I don't know if it will happen. Okay, Zane. And 2 Gentle trades. Okay. 3v3. This is really interesting. Kyle on the Deagle is going to get another. Syad doesn't quite get it, and Too Gentle with such low HP. This is a body shot away. Kyle on the Deagle has done so much this round. He already got 2 headshots.
He
He
sees
knows
him, he
Pine's
sees him.
location. He should know.
No.
Oh, but he doesn't see him. He doesn't actually see the head, and he can't. Pine on 3 HP is going to close it. He does not let the round slip away. That could have been really worrisome. The Impastas almost let it slip through, and they've made this a 1-round game, 12-13.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was a model stuck, or maybe it's just us having the wall ability. But I definitely
Right.
saw the tip of his head, and I thought he did too. It was a wonderful try. Came down to a 1v1. Can't expect much more.
Yeah, I think that the thing about these teams both is that these Deagles are not, not being taken lightly. And a big opener from James in mid, that shuts off Exotic, and Exotic is normally not the worst, but I guess this round he was, and Zane and Too Gentle both get a couple. Too Gentle might be getting the last here, and he does. A double kill from the 2 B players that were here to shut down a push. And, before they won that round, I was going to say, before the Impastas won that last round, I was going to say, they do this 1 round and go right back into the B hit, that'd be really funny. But I don't know if that's a good thing, and that's exactly what they did. But the Walling Wizards were prepared for it. And so that puts 14 on the board.
They're doing basically the setup UPS had there. They had 3B, 1 mid, 1 donut, and I think that's the proper setup, especially when a team's just constantly rushing B, not doing much else.
Right.
And I think that you're gonna continuously see it. They're gonna start sending people towards cave. It looks like it might be a shelf hit, and this fight's really dangerous as a CT as he gets them traded out very quickly.
Yeah, I kind of I understand why they do it this way, but it is a little concerning that they were gonna be just giving up match point if they didn't win this, because they just decided to save. Exotic is a 1-way, and Too Gentle is just too slow. Syed gets 2 back to back through the smoke. FaZe X on a P250 and nothing else. Syed does have head armor, so this could be all he needs in this round. He could take a dink and then some. This could be it. This could be match point given up.
Feels really good here.
He's clearing everything. He knows the player's ramp. He's waiting for the walkthrough. FaZe X tries to catch him out, and he doesn't. Heroics from Syed. He's gonna clinch. He's gonna get the 15th round on this Ancient game. That's gonna be series point for the Walling Wizards. This could be it. That could be the last shot that the Impastas had at a crazy pistol round.
I mean, it comes down to Syed going crazy there, right? He wins a 1v3 situation. But honestly, it was a great job by his teammates to get the first 2 trade out, and then great scaling by the CT or by the T's there, and then Syed that double kill through smoke. You can't speak enough about it.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, you look at the scoreboard, and Syed has had the least impact this game, and he didn't really have much on Nuke either, but if you're talking impact kills, that's what exactly you need to be seeing.
I mean,
Zane,
to be fair to him, he has spent the 8 anchor rotating.
yeah, he's not seeing much. Yeah, understandable. He's not seeing much.
But Too Gentle has been fantastic for them too. Somebody that we were questioning on the deployment of. And it comes down to a 5v4, and they're slowly. You see a pace change here from UPS. They're kind of slowly working towards B side instead of sprinting up ramp.
But
they
still want to go to this B site instead. Instead of trying to work somewhere else, they still want to go back to this B site, which is riddled with CTs right now. A couple missed bullets from a couple different CTs. Exotic is gonna be the one to come out with a kill here, and they actually got through red. Saya might not be ready for this at all. He catches it behind. GC goes down, and FaZe X goes down as well. This could be it, folks. The bomb is down, and you have James the Great towards the B side. He's trying to grab a rifle to fight back on close range. 10 bullets in that A4, but he has them separated.
No, he has a reload.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is so close here. This smoke is what separates Impastas from another round of play, or the Walling Wizards from the victory here. And they're just doing the right thing. They're just falling back into playing this more passive.
But you can't isolate. You have to continuously play together. And that clutch is fantastic.
And it's enough. Syed is going to get the final one as well, and that is going to be the series for the Walling Wizards, folks. A 16-12 victory on their own map pick of Ancient, cleaning it up 2-0.
Those last 2 rounds from Syed were fantastic, really showing the impact that he had behind him.
That is exactly the kind of play you're expecting to see from a player like James. Across the board from the Walling Wizards, 4 players hitting 20-plus kills on that last map. That is some insane shooting, and that is extremely impressive from them. I mean, I don't know what to say right off the bat of that. That was that was a crazy ending to that game.
That game was very, very, very good. And it looked like it came down to a couple missed shots here and there from both teams. I genuinely thought after they missed that op shot in cave, and then the guy who got the kill on ramp ran away, that they were going to lose that round. But Sade timing was perfect on the guys coming red room, and he punished them well. And then no overcommittal to fights, and they ended up winning the round.
Yeah, no, that was some beautiful shooting from a lot of the H4K players in those last couple rounds. Some nice heroics coming out of Syad. I think if you want to talk about the MVP just of closing that game, he had what 5 or 6 kills in those last 2 rounds just to get it over the line and not let it get any worse. So that was great from him.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I think Zane had a great performance on both maps. I think Too Gentle, I can't speak enough on. He was fantastic on Ancient. And then I think the other two were great as well. Do you want to drag somebody in for it?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was just double checking to make sure we're set up to where they can be heard if I do drag them in. All right, cool. Yeah, we're gonna bring in all 5. We're gonna get the entire winning team. We have H4K's Walling Wizards. Congrats, boys!
Thank you.
Huge 2-0 victory. How are you guys all feeling?
It was never in doubt
Pretty
from the
great.
start. We
Yeah.
knew.
The B rushes there in Ancient were giving us sweating
Annoying.
like maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
no,
think
for
it
sure.
comes down to that. Like, why? I guess what made you think that they were gonna not do it? Like they had showed it so many times.
I
in a
mean,
row.
like they're literally just only B rushing. It got to a point where it's like, all right, like are they gonna go A? Or like, do they know there's another bomb site?
I was waiting. I was waiting on A.
I don't know if you guys watched like their demos or anything, but it seemed like
Bro,
they
I'm
were.
gonna be honest with you, bro. I did like no prep work. I was just
Yeah.
like, we just play better, guys.
Yeah,
That's
and
kind of been that's kind of
worked.
what we've been doing the whole season. So it, we're like 5 new players to CSC, and we just kind of plug and win. So
So
what it is.
I guess my next question was, why did you guys end up choosing Ancient instead of Mirage or Inferno?
It was a
We
heated
spent
debate.
like I spent like 4 minutes just thinking about it, and we were just trying to find which map we think we could just frag more in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
So
not
which
gonna
map
lie.
we just have more impact.
Yeah,
Yeah, going into
Yeah.
veto, we were like hard set on picking Mirage, I think. But then whenever we got in there, I brought up Ancient, and then that kind of won out just because
Yeah,
the other team hadn't played a lot of Ancient, so we chose that.
yeah. There's no way I was gonna let these guys pick Inferno Mirage
Mhm.
because I was on the game during the veto phase.
Yeah, I mean, like I think
Uh.
I think Cash and I both mentioned it when we saw that that quick, 2 bans. They banned Anubis, you guys follow up with the
Yeah.
Vert ban, and then they immediately pick Nuke. And we sat there for a while, and I even said, I'm like, I think like if you go in with a plan, but if there's ever a moment to like, call a pause, it's when they don't follow what you thought they would ban, and you
Yeah.
have a chance to pick something different.
I
So I
mean-
thought it was more so a consideration for Inferno than an Ancient, honestly.
Yeah,
No,
I figured that-
I kind of knew they wouldn't ban. Like the Inferno ban would be so weird because the last time we played it, it was 14-16,
Mhm.
and all that round takes that's a moment of like seconds of just timings for that to change.
Right.
So I didn't think they'd ban that. It just didn't
Mhm.
seem logical.
I kind of figured they might have wanted to take us on Anubis after you guys gave us a little bit of a beatdown Tuesday on Anubis.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were surprised by the instant ban on Anubis. I
Yeah,
was
it's kinda
expecting, maybe an Ancient ban because they didn't really show much of it during the regular season,
Uh-huh.
and I guess it kind of hurt them because they didn't ban it and they lost on the map. But I guess we can go into Nuke. You guys played really well as teammates. What was your game plan going into the map? Was it just out aim everybody, or was it kind of play our game or like counter them, I guess?
I would
Uh,
say going in, like we didn't really have like too big of a plan, but we knew we wanted to take outside. We felt like if we could get Geezy off his op lines, it was just kind of just aim better, and then we just kind of win.
I don't know if you noticed, but T side, like basically every gun round I was throwing like the Navi wall.
Yeah.
One of you threw your smoke late, and Zane peeked it, and Jeezy was not ready for it at all. You just like absolutely.
that
That was literally an
bad.
accident because one of the
Oh,
smokes was
bad.
like I was like in T spawn, like where's the third smoke? Where this bitch at?
Yeah, no, I think
We
you
have
guys.
one guy
I think
who knows the smokes, and then everybody else just goes out. And
I know the smokes too. I know the
Okay,
smokes
alright,
too.
alright.
Yeah, no, I think it was like I think watching Nuke especially like on that CT side, I think you guys recovered like you lost the pistol in the follow up, it's whatever, but I think you guys like established really quickly that you all had like plays you were gonna make. I think seeing Zane push secret on like round 5 is like that's such a tone setter that
Yeah.
early on. I think it was like really cool to see. But yeah, I think you guys just like played well off of each other so consistently and frequently throughout this series that like basically as soon as Nuke was over, I was convinced it was going to be in your guys' favor.
Yeah.
It got scary there on H with those Bs. But
Rush B,
eventually,
rush B.
I was like, let's move the op off, and then move the rifles on, and then
Right.
it worked.
Well, it's like
Well,
even
maybe
yesterday.
if you
or
worked on
not
your
yesterday.
Molotovs, it wouldn't have been an issue.
We were throwing those Molotovs. They
Yeah, we
were
were throwing the
stoking it,
mollies,
just
bro.
running.
No,
They
you're
were
throwing
some
them
good
from
flashes.
deep, man.
They had some
Hey,
good flashes.
so
we
to
were
lock
throwing
it
them
in and
everywhere.
close it up, if each of you want to make a statement, go ahead. But hit from us from the caster side.
No statement. I just knew we were gonna win.
Yeah, I don't know. This season was fun. It was great getting to know these guys, and I think everybody, regardless of what the scoreboard showed, had like impactful rounds, and it's a team win, individual win. So it was fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was wonderful meeting you guys, and congrats. You
Yeah.
deserve it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Have a good
Thank
night.
Yeah.
GG's.
Good night.
Take care.
And with that, it's the end of the elite season with H4K coming out on top 2-0
Yeah.
against UPS. Any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just like it was 2-0, but I think that it was just really entertaining. I think you saw really cool rounds and just really impressive individual plays from both sides. I think it was really entertaining. It was a ton of fun to watch. I had a great time casting it. And I think it was a good way to cap off the elite season. I think it was funny. You saw so many Inferno games played. We didn't see Inferno at all tonight, so I think it was a fun way to end the season. Though I was happy. I was very content watching it.
Yeah, it kind of felt like the way the elite season went for at least for me. I kind of got blown out.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
It was wonderful games, and that's it from us. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.